Okay, so the next one we're going to do is on the other hand. So over here, this is wrong. In one hand, in other hand. So there's two things. One is the, and then the other one is the on. So this might be a kind of small detail, but when you say a phrase, you know, many people think if I say a difficult phrase, I sound really good. But if you mistake it, then it doesn't matter. You know? Let's say you memorize a really good poem, but then you mistake it. It looks kind of bad. It's like, aw, that's cute. You know? So it's really important that you work on, if you want to remember those difficult things, you know, poetry and Shakespeare and Shelley, you better remember it perfectly and have perfect pronunciation, because remember, it's the native speaker's language. You know, if you don't want somebody thinking that you're just cute like a child. Okay, sorry, get a little lecture-y there. So if you weren't listening, you probably read this. So in, on, in front of, before, and back of, behind are all a little confusing for my students. If you have some doubts or questions, please review your grammar books or ask a Chinese teacher. I say that ask a Chinese teacher because they're very good at grammar. I'm really good at telling you your mistakes, but I'm not good at grammar. I can't explain it to you. But I can find mistakes better than anybody can, so especially pronunciation and grammar. That's my specialty. They can help you understand by explaining the rules to you. I just want to report that these are easy mistakes for Chinese people to make. So this is nothing for, you know, against you, but you guys need to remember it's on one hand, on the other hand. Also, before we go on, every coin has two sides. Don't use that. I mean, it's been used too much. So one of the problems in education in China is that you memorize key phrases. So you have to remember that, right? And once you remember it, you think, okay, I did a good thing, la la la. The problem is, there's two problems. Number one is, you guys think we use it more than we use it. And the other thing is, that's just the basics. So if you memorize that, it doesn't mean anything great, unfortunately. So also, because every Chinese student has to remember that, it gets used way too much. So I guess you could say if foreign people memorized a Chinese poem and then everybody knew it and then everybody used it to look good. Well, if everybody knows it, then it's not high level, you see? All right. Anyways, I'm going to end here. The next one is order of words. We'll go through this in the next lesson. I hope that you found something today that you learned. Like every coin has two sides. It's cliche. We don't use it as much. And 就是比较直说，就有点难听。如果你说 every coin has two sides， 我会觉得你的水平不是特别高，是很基本的。So you might want to not use that so much. It's not your fault, but it is your problem. So anyways, I'm going to stop here and I'll talk to you guys next week.